I am Melissa Powers, the producer of The Reluctant Lawyer. We're here with Albert Hartley, author of the soon-to-be-released book, The Reluctant Lawyer, to discuss who he is and how he hopes to share his unique views on success in the world of business. To start, please tell us a little bit about yourself and describe your occupation.
Okay, public school educated, and I went to William Mary undergraduate, and then went to Regent Law School. I'm from the Hampton Roads, which is in an area of Virginia. Pretty transient area. My father was a contractor. No one in my family had ever gone to college. So I was the first one to ever go to college, and then law school was really a long shot for anybody to even think about. So I put myself through law school selling real estate. It's kind of our background as a family and construction, and kind of transitioned from what I consider to be a middle class background into a professional background, and from a non-technical world into a technical world now. So that's kind of a little bit about me.
All right, and now you're writing the book, The Reluctant Lawyer. Can you tell us
Yes.
about that and why you chose to write that?
Yeah, I mean, the title, it kind of gives away a little bit of my perspective. When I grew up, I always felt lawyers could be kind of sleazy. That's what everybody kind of thinks. They're crooks to some degree. But I've met a lot of them who are extremely great people. And so when I started wanting to go into the law, I like the problem-solving aspect of it. But there's a lot of things that go along with that that make me reluctant, for lack of a better word. So what I'm trying to do with this book is just teach people the transitions from one thing to another. And that's what lawyers typically do, is they help you transition from one thing to another. And there's some tips in the book on how to do that.
All right, and what do you feel makes your perspective so unique?
Well, I think for some people, the living in different worlds is a difficulty for them. Some people, for example, if you're a West Virginia coal miner, you grow up in that West Virginia coal mining world, that's what you know, and it makes sense, and everyone's comfortable there. Going from that world to a professional world, someone's trying to get hold of me, sorry. That's a hard transition to make. Being comfortable in two different worlds is I think, a highly uniquely relevant aspect for people now as the world's changing completely. So I think as people move from one place to another, that's what gives me a unique perspective to that, because I've moved from one world, which is there's nothing wrong with that world, into another world, and I haven't given up that other world to be in the new one. So there's a lot of great perspectives that I get from basically looking behind the looking glass from maybe a non-professional world while I'm in a professional world.
And what do you hope people who are in the non-professional world or people who aren't lawyers will gain from this book?
Well, I think getting the perspective on how a different world views things is really unique. You know, the world of finance, for example, when you grow up middle class, you don't know how that world works. It's a unique world. When you get into that world, you see different trends, different perspectives, and different decision-making matrices that you don't get from going to a regular school or going to a graduate school. There's a different way of looking at things. So my hope was, through the webinars and through the book, to teach people who are not gone through the educational process how to gain those perspectives and to use that to their advantage.
Where can we hear more from you or about the book?
Well, we've got a variety of portals to check that out. We've got albertrhartley.com, and we've got Facebook, and you can also follow me on Twitter at Hartley Law. They all link back together, so you can kind of follow one of them and they'll link you to the other ones.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Melissa.